we've got to talk about Jamaal Bowman, the squad member, because, oh man, it's official. Yeah. And y'all remember when and I talked about this just a few days ago, actually, when AOC and Jamaal Bowman had the rally in the Bronx, and I also showed a comparison between their rally size versus Trump's, which, that's their district, right? Their area. You look at the crowd size. This is so trash. I'm going to mute it for a while because of the music playing in the background. But look at this. Like, you gotta be kidding me.
Are you ready to fight? Are you ready to take this battle back? Are you ready to win on state line? Are you ready to win this country back? And are you ready to fight for peace and earth and peace fucking God?
Goodness gracious. Her and Jamaal Bowman definitely have something in common. They like to yell a lot. And, with the latest news, watching videos like this one are just so much sweeter.
Now, y'all, that's what we're doing. Ceasefire now. Let's get it popping. Right. The polls are open today. The polls are open tomorrow. Make sure you get out the vote. We're going to let them know how strong and powerful and mighty we are. Get big money out of politics. We are going to show APAC the power of the South Bronx. People ask me why I got a foul mouth. What am I supposed to do? You coming after me. I'm not supposed to fight back? We're going to show them who the we are. Now, y'all, that's what we're doing. See.
Yeah, as you guys might have guessed, Jamaal Bowman is officially out of there. He's gone.
It has been nearly an hour since the polls closed in New York's primary races tonight, and already we have a projected winner in the most expensive House primary race in American history, where Westchester County Executive George Latimer has been attempting to unseat incumbent Congressman and progressive squad member Jamaal Bowman. NBC News can now project George Latimer as the projected winner. Steve, what can you tell us about the numbers and how they may have changed since we talked to you about this just a second ago?
Yeah, we were just talking a minute ago about the basic divide in this district between the much smaller in terms of population slice of the Bronx that's in it. That's where Jamaal Bowman is getting about 84% of the vote right now. But the vast majority of this district is up here in Westchester County, suburbs of New York City, some small cities in here as well. And this is where George Latimer is the county executive. And we said with about a third of the vote in, Latimer was running very well overall in the county, and Bowman was falling far short of numbers he had reached in this county in the 2022 primary. And so basically what happened in the last 5 minutes here, I think, since I was on, is this. In Westchester, if you recall, we only had about 35 to 40% of the vote in. Now basically half the vote is in Westchester County. And what we've seen and what you can see here, if you were watching closely in the last segment, these numbers haven't changed. So this is kind of locking in right now, this Latimer advantage over Bowman. It's spread out geographically here. It's a consistent pattern basically everywhere where Bowman, everywhere in this district, Bowman is running short, well short, double-digit support, short in many cases of where he fared in the 2022 primary. And so it's consistent enough. There's enough vote in. And frankly, there's enough vote left now, given this trend, that you can expect Latimer to add to his margin here as more Westchester comes in, that you can look at the district and say Bowman's not getting many more votes out of the Bronx. Latimer is out of Westchester Westchester County. Latimer already is ahead by almost 5,000 votes, 10 points district-wide. And so now, as we inch over the 50% mark district-wide, NBC projects that George Latimer has defeated incumbent Representative Jamaal Bowman. It will make Bowman the third House member to lose a primary, pending that Bob Good result in Virginia, the third House member to lose a primary this cycle.
Gosh, I just love listening to that, don't you? One of the squad members gone, out of there, never to be seen again. Now, I do agree with Jamaal Bowman on one thing, and just about one thing only. I don't agree with big groups coming in and dumping money, or being able to dump money onto candidates. I personally believe candidates should only be allowed to run on the money that they fundraise themselves. That's just me personally, right? Their own personal donations, not any big groups that come in to, but that's just me. Maybe y'all have a different idea of it. Let me know in the comment section. Maybe there's something about that I'm missing, because as you heard, this was the most expensive primary. They spent, I want to say it was like upwards of $25 million, and 20 of that was for George Latimer because AIPAC came in and just dumped money onto the entire situation, and obviously we see the result. Which also is a little bit funny because Jamaal Bowman was on stage. Oh, we're going to show AIPAC who the F we are. No, you're not. You thought you were. They got 20 million. Compete with that. Good luck.
The most expensive congressional primary in American history is over, and voters in New York have rejected left-wing Democrat Congressman Jamaal Bowman. Bowman lost to fellow Democrat George Latimer in a bitterly contested contest. They were divided over issues of the Israel-Hamas war, and Scott McFarlane is with us covering this race. Scott, how many millions of dollars? This was a lot.
25 million. That is bonkers money, and it was particularly bitter. Jamaal Bowman, a 48-year-old former middle school principal aligned with the most progressive Democrats in Congress, known as the Squad, lost support from voters in his own party. He'd been among the most vocal critics of how Israel is fighting the war in Gaza, calling Prime Minister Netanyahu a maniac and referring to the war as a genocide. The challenger, Westchester County Executive George Latimer, was fueled by millions of dollars from Jewish American political action groups. This race really raises questions about the political impact for Democrats who are so outspoken against Israel. It could change some of the focus of some of the campaigns ahead of November. But even in this toxic political environment, there are new signs voters are looking for some form of harmony. Last week, a Virginia Republican who frequently defies his own party got close and is now at risk of losing his primary. And today it's Jamaal Bowman, who voted against President Biden's initiatives in some way in the past 2 years, who lost Democratic support.
That Bowman race wasn't even close either.
Yeah,
Pay attention to that. Yeah.
So, Scott, let's talk about Colorado. Controversial Republican Congresswoman Lauren Boebert. She scored a big win.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Shout out to Lauren Boebert. It's Boebert, right? I always say Boebert. Goodness gracious. I'm almost positive it's pronounced Boebert. But listen, he ran into a wall of money that he just couldn't overcome. I mean, I don't feel bad for him. I really don't. I don't feel bad for anybody in the squad because, as we talked about, squad member Corey Bush is on the chopping block as well. The squad is just completely falling apart, and I love it. I love it because not only that, but Ilhan Omar got taken off of the one of the committees that she served on in Congress. So she was kicked off of that. Bowman is gone. Corey Bush will probably be gone as well. Oh man. Oh happy day. Oh happy day.
Now let's listen in live.
We should not be well adjusted to a sick society. We should be outraged. We should be outraged when a super PAC of dark money can spend $20 million to brainwash people into believing something that isn't true. We should be outraged about that. We should be outraged when, unfortunately, some so-called Democrats are aligning themselves with radical, racist, right-wing Republicans. We should be outraged about that. And that is why we have so much work still to do. And so I thank everyone for coming out. Please scream to the top of your lungs for all of the volunteers of the Bowman for Congress campaign, yo. Yeah!
And we have reporters with both.
What the fuck? It's like you're watching a comedy show or something. Yeah! That is a joke. And it's also a joke that he blames Republicans. Like, because of AIPAC. You lost basically because of AIPAC and your extremist views. So that ain't got nothing to do with Republicans. These groups like AIPAC, they spend money on both sides. Both sides. So, which is, like I said, that's one of the things that I wish wasn't in politics. I don't care what group it is, you know, where the money's coming from. Big groups, me personally, I don't feel like they should be able to just go in and be dumping money. Now, in this case, it is pretty funny. He thought he had a W, and hey, they came in like, they gave him the finger wave like the King Bay Matumbo. No. Dropped $20 million on him and got him up out of there. Oh my goodness gracious. That is hilarious. But I just don't feel like big groups should be able to, you know, come in and be dumping money into different, you know, people's campaigns. That guy or gal should run on whatever money that they fundraise from folks like you and I. It should be that simple. If you raise the money, you got a lot of funds to do some ads. If you don't, then you got a whole lot of legwork to do, you know? So that's the way that I see it. Maybe there's something I'm missing about that entire situation, that it is beneficial or that is good. You know, y'all let me know in the comment section. But hey, today's a cause for celebration. One of the squad members is out of there. Peace and love. I'm out.